Hey everybody, welcome to Note Taking. My name is Lionspace. We're playing Digimon World 3, and here we are at the Amaterasu server Mirage Tower. Wait, unless you say the password, I'm not letting you in. What? A password? We're here to get their help. That way, hopefully we can throw out the AOA and get ourselves into Asuka City. Or sorry, Amaterasu City in this version. In this server. Hey, you're Junior! Junior, it's me, Kenny! Hey, Kenny, you're okay? Yeah, I was able to join the Resistance. This is now a base for the Resistance. Wow, right on, Kenny. I know. Come and meet our leader. He might know something to help you. It's this way. So we're here, and over the course of this stream, we're going to be trying to reach the finale. Might take more than one of the stream VOD episodes, but I'm not entirely certain. I've only done this next portion once, so this will be interesting for all of us. Especially since it will be time for us to finally prove whether or not doing a one Digimon run is possible. We will be doing something to hedge our bets against something that might happen. We'll get there. You're Junior from Asuka server. Leader Chuck. I've heard about it from Kenny. Good luck on defeating the AOA. Yeah, good luck to you too. I do want to help you and fight together, but all we can do is hold down the fort. I'm alright, don't worry about me. I'm sorry you came all the way here. If we can get Amaterasu City back, I'm sure we can help. I didn't think they would reprogram Nightmon. Nightmon, any tips to defeating it? Once it starts moving, the way to stop Nightmon is you need the 4 code passes of the city leaders. All the leaders are caught, so there's no way. City chiefs of the AOA must have taken them. Hi, Blossom. You are standing directly in front of the mic. So now I have no idea if I can be heard. And now you're in front of the screen. She is being very needy today. When I did my workout this morning, she was just like, "Don't mind me, Dad. I'm just gonna keep headbutting and licking your legs. Demand all the attention and not let you do your workout." We got the workout done anyways, and actually I'm feeling really worn out. It was a good workout, but I may have pushed it a little too far. Blossom's a big old scaredy cat, so I don't want to just toss her out of the way. You gonna move? Do you mind moving? There she goes. Yep, you can settle right there. The mic's in a different place than normal, so I'm just gonna move it to the side a little bit so that hopefully her tail's not smacking it. I see, those AOA! I'll never forget them for using Digimon for evil. Of course, we haven't given up yet. If there's a chance, we'll make a stand. Just wait until then. Anyway, good luck. Yes, sir! So we got our hands full just defending here, but when we get the chance, we'll fight. You know, before the move, she was never interested in the computer monitor. She keeps choosing to sit in front of it now. I don't understand it. Alright, sweetie. Dad only has so much time tonight. Oh. She thinks we're playing now. So until then, good luck. Okay, so So the information we needed to get was how to stop the Nightmon. And now I'm assuming we need to go back to Lisa? That's certainly what would make sense to me. 1 second, I want to check something before we leave. Gonna run up and talk to Kenny again. Because we passed Kenny on our way up. I just want to make sure that that doesn't do anything. Our leader is Chuck. He's really brave and everyone respects him. Okay. So no, it does not do anything. That's fine. Alright, so it's back through the Mirage Desert for us. Or Mobius Desert. And back over to Asuka server. Because there isn't a hole for the circuit board here, right? Right, yeah. Oh, I didn't know you could get encounters in this spot. Quetzalmon. Oh, right! Tells you how focused I am. Hey everybody, look! It's the thing I've been teasing. The thing we've been working towards. And you gotta look at it there, but I'm gonna let the camera pan around on our turn. This is Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. And if we digivolve, we can go over to Imperial Dramon Fighter mode, which is what Imperial Dramon Dragon mode turned into. What we've got sitting in our stock right now is Omnimon, Fighter mode, and Paladin mode. And these are probably just what I'm going to take to the finale, with one major exception. I'm likely swapping Fighter mode over to Dragon mode. The reason I want base Imperial Dramon is that right now, because Paladin mode is a low level, I'm only level 16 right now, it doesn't have its own heal technique. It has auto recover, which heals it a little over time, but I want to get it switched. I want to be able to still access Mega Heal. Alright, hello Mobius Desert. So first we start with a down. My cat has once again gone in front of the screen, but now I no longer have to read, so I'll let her do what she wants for a minute. And we will keep using Paladin mode because it is our most powerful form now. I really actually enjoy how the model ends up looking with all the white going on with it. Did not an unreasonable amount of off-screen grinding in order to get this thing finished up for the finale. For those, while I'm going through Mobius Desert, I guess it's actually a good time to bring this up. So originally my plan had been to go through the main game and then also go through the post-game. And you'll notice I'm talking about the finale. Does that mean that the post-game is particularly small? Not necessarily. There's enough to still fill a few episodes with the post-game. The problem with the post-game is that it requires me to have all of the super weapons for all of the Digimon. That means getting everyone to level 45. And when I say everyone, I mean, 1, I need to collect all of the rookies. And then 2, I need to get all 8 rookies to level 45. This game has basically consumed my life for the last 2 weeks. I'd like to move on a little bit, and the amount of grinding I would need to do to be able to do the post-game is just unreasonable. I think about doing that and just, no, we're not gonna get there. So we're not going to handle the post-game. It's mercifully, based on what I looked into, it doesn't look like it's actually that much, so it's not like we're missing out on a huge wealth of content here. This is not like skipping Digimon Next Order's post-game. As it stands, Yeah, I'm a little bit bummed about it, but I do think that this is the better choice. I want to see if anything happens when we come up here. Sorry, even if you're under another leader, we can't let you pass. That's our orders. Okay, and that's the reason, that's the explanation for why, even though I have the ID badges of the other two leaders, they're not going to let me in. And now, my sweet cat, I love you. But I really need you to not be in front of the screen right now, because I need to take a look at the circuit board map and figure out how I can best get to Asuka server from here. Because... So I need to get to their South Badlands, which... I'm pretty sure I know which screen that is. There's only two options. There's only really two options it can be, so... It's not going to be that difficult to figure out if I'm right or wrong. Tankmon being tanky. We have such a ludicrously large sword. Imperial Dramon. Imperial Dramon Paladin mode to be specific, but Imperial Dramon in general is just a very over-the-top design, and I'm a big fan of things that are over-the-top, so accordingly I'm a big fan of this. Let's see how Flame Breath works. Flame Breath being something we've loaded over from Omnimon. There we go. That saves us some time. Oh, we now, with Learn Tech Impact Rush, very nice. With Paladin mode, we now have a maxed attack and a maxed spirit stat, so we are dealing as much damage as we possibly can, with, of course, the exception of whether or not we have as strong of techs as we can, which we're working towards. Okay, that does not tell me where I am. So we're going to pop out, pop back in, so I can actually see what the name is. South Badlands. The place I'm looking for is South Badlands. I need the North Hole, which should be this one. Up here. Thankfully, it's not going to take that long to be able to find out if I went into the right spot or not. Hey everybody, welcome back to the circuit board. The conceit, by the way, for Imperial Dramon Paladin mode is that it's Imperial Dramon. So to unlock it, you need to get to level 40 with Imperial Dramon. Huge damage from rapid blows. This lets me just deal 3 attacks. And the attacks aren't all at the same power. But this now... I love the fact that this just lets you see what all of the 3 attack animations are for your different Digivolutions once you can load it. That just makes me personally happy. You get this if you get Fighter Mode to level 40 and Omnimon to level 40, which you can see we have sitting above and below where Paladin Mode is. The conceit from the anime is that this is Imperial Dramon bestowed with the power of Omnimon, and that does not happen in Series 2, and I'm okay with that. There's a lot of peripheral stuff when it comes to Digimon, including a bunch of movies. So I am definitely, and I have absolutely not watched all of it. I need to start watching more of it again because I've been craving it, but I have had no time. I have had no time. Even this stream is absolutely a situation of me going, I need to get a recording done so badly. And this is one of the few chances I'm going to get before my next day's off. Because, life. Life. Life is unrelenting sometimes. As are random encounters. Please burn to ash. We're gonna be seeing a lot of flame breaths fired off. Even getting the grinding done to finish up for Imperial Dramon Paladin mode was mostly done over the course of like 1 hour long spans where I just had this little bit of time to try and sit down and relax between things I had to take care of. It's been a week. And I'm only halfway through it. But it could be worse. The family drama affecting me is mercifully not something I have to worry about. Very much. I can mostly just live my life. Touch it with a 10-foot pole every once in a while if I really feel the need. As I've said before, especially in the last 2 episodes, super recommend just looking up that map for the circuit board. It really does make this a much, much more pleasant experience. Really keeps the travel time down and the feeling of frustration at being lost amongst these paths down. Could be so much worse. Okay, I know where I am, so the top right path. And this will actually take us straight up, or this should take us straight up to Central Park in Asuka Server. Hey, look, we made it. Man, the Central Park music is just so nostalgic for me. I won't lie, I'm kind of bummed to have Digimon World 3 ending. I'm excited to get to play other things, but there's definitely this part of me that has enjoyed having just such a comfortable game to be playing, and moving on, especially since my plan is to move on to Fire Emblem next, which is a series that I've never actually played myself. There's a certain amount of anxiety there just from the fact that it's like, what if I don't like it? What if I can't figure out how to make it appealing on stream? But I basically went into this assuming I wouldn't be able to make it appealing on stream, and, well, to be fair, I don't know if I've made this appealing, but I've definitely had a lot of fun with it. So, as long as I remind myself to stay loose, I should be okay. Hey Junior, so, did you find someone? Yes, I met up with the people of the Resistance. Good job, you're great, Junior. But to get into Amaterasu City, we need the 4 code passes to stop Nightmon. Code pass? What's that? Oh, I know about that. It's the ID pass with colors. ID pass with colors? And these red ID and blue ID? Yeah, that's it! Why do you have it? The AOA City Chief I defeated had them. Then if you get the other 2, we can beat Nightmon. Yeah, then the other City Chief must have it as well! Yeah, this should help. Oh, but wait. We gotta do something about Bai-Hu City. The security there is really tight. Oh, really? What to do? I know. We can get the Resistance to help us. They're in the Mirage Tower, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll go ask them. Keith, let's go. Nick, you stay here. Alright, yeah, leave it to us. A reminder that Teddy's up there. Okay, then I'll go back to Bai-Hu again. Good luck, Junior! Yeah, leave it to me. Unfortunately, that means we get to go back to the circuit board and go back along that route. Straight back to the place we were before. Again, this is something that older games just did, and honestly even new games can still do sometimes. It turns out quest design is difficult, This is definitely not an example of really good and captivating quest design, though. I can't remember if this is the case or not, but I think when I did this the first time, I actually had already gone to the Mirage Tower well before this point in the game, and had already gotten the information about how to stop Nightmon. So then when I got to this point in the quest, it instead became a matter of, oh, actually, I know what to do. And I didn't have to do this trip back and forth. But I can't remember if that's exactly the case, so don't go playing your own files assuming that that's going to happen. If you don't want to make the trip out to the Mirage Tower, don't. Just don't. Going through Mobius Desert is a pain in the butt if you don't have the combination of paths memorized, and if you do like me, then, well, you've probably done this enough times that you don't need me to tell you how to play. Okay, so we're back on circuit board, back going through things again. So while we go down, I guess I'll just continue to ramble a bit. So, Omnimon right now is honestly our strongest tool for clearing fights, and that comes down entirely to the fact that Omnimon has the most powerful techs. The Flame Sphere that Omnimon has just trucks. It's finally a level 3 fire technique, and it deals a lot of damage. Part of why we're using Paladin mode right now is to try and get some of those techs before we reach the end of the game, but we'll kind of just have to end up seeing what happens. Hey, a Bolt Power 2! I felt the need to get some electric damage going on. That'd be a fine option for it. Oh, I absolutely went down the wrong hole. Well, wind resist chip. That's a thing we get now. Sorry, everybody. I was thinking that things seemed off, but I can't tell well enough. So, continue to burninate enemies and continue to ramble about things. I really love how over-the-top Digimon gets. And again, I've talked about that many times, but you look at a design like Paladin mode, with the giant and angel wings, the sword that is frankly taller than the entire Digimon, how the armor looks both in Paladin mode and in Fighter mode. It's all a lot, but I honestly love it. It's hard to try and even pinpoint what Digimon does that makes this work, and I think a not small... Why are you alive? How dare you? I think a not small part of what makes Digimon work is the fact that the entire design aesthetic all buys into this. One of the biggest problems with things that attempt to be over-designed is that you'll have one specific element be over-designed. One thing that sticks out above everything else, and it suddenly makes everything else... It suddenly feels like, wow, why would you do that? That doesn't tend to be what I feel when it comes to Digimon, because it feels like you start with these really simplistic designs when it comes to the rookies, and each Digivolution just ramps up the design, so it honestly feels like a natural progression that by the time you reach Megas, or even Ultras, that you suddenly get these really advanced designs that are maybe too much, but oftentimes really enjoyable. It's not an easy thing to pull off. I've definitely seen Digimon that fail just because of the fact that they try to do that natural progression of design, and it ends up just either making the first and second stage look really lame and the third stage look really good, the second stage just look abysmal compared to the other two, or the third stage just doesn't succeed on being over the top, so it just ends up being a very meh design. And I'm absolutely talking about starters when I'm talking about that. There are times that starters just end up not looking good because, well, turns out designing an evolutionary chain is really difficult, and it's part of why Digimon oftentimes just doesn't. There's a lot of Digimon out there that are simply variant Digivolutions on very commonly used ones. There's so many versions of Greymon and what Greymon can turn into for a reason. As I continue to say, I think both franchises have their own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to their approaches on various elements of design. Me personally, I opened this series talking about how giant monsters, big knights, heavy suits of armor, that's an aesthetic I just love to death. And so clearly Digimon has this special place in my heart above Pokemon. That doesn't mean that Pokemon's doing something wrong, though, by comparison. I don't think one thing being good means another thing has to be bad. They can be good and be bad in their own ways. Honestly, I think one of the problems that Digimon suffers from is the fact that it doesn't introduce enough new characters. I think it absolutely suffers from playing too much on nostalgia and not being able to move forward. You can end up seeing that a lot with certain with the fact that Omnimon comes back over and over and over again. The fact that almost every single game presents Greymon and Metal Garurumon in some special faculty. These aren't things I hate, and I don't even think that they're necessarily bad on their own, but I do think it's one of the limitations of the series, is the fact that the original series happened a long time ago. It's the thing that pop culture remembers the heaviest, but it's hard to recapture. And by constantly playing that nostalgia card, you're making it harder for, say, children to get into the franchise. Simply because the fact that you're trading on something that they might not have easy access to, and that definitely doesn't have the same production values as a lot of things that you would show your kid nowadays. And this is from someone who actually really still likes the first series. I think the first series is still very good. I think you can absolutely show it to a kid. But if I were to be pressed and go, well, would you rather show them that, or She-Ra, or Voltron? I'm not gonna lie and tell you that my kid's probably gonna look at the old Digimon animation and think it looks dated. It turns out kids can tell that kind of thing too. They can go, this just doesn't look like what I'm used to. Now, of course, comparing old anime to something new like that, or to something like Komi Can't Communicate, which is so clean and wonderful, that's not fair per se, but that's what you get as media moves on. That's the entire reason why the remake happened for Digimon Adventure 1, and I haven't seen that yet. Everything I heard about it just didn't sound like it did anything interesting. It honestly sounds like they didn't capture a lot of what made the original good, so I haven't gone around to it. Someday, if only for the sake of being able to talk about it critically. But that's also why I want to watch through Tamers and Frontier, which is also a Sunday situation. Although in those two's case, that comes down to a matter of actually finding a way to watch them. I had a hard enough time finding a place to watch Digimon Adventure 2. Dealing with finding the other two is just a pain I don't want to deal with right now. I do not have the expendable income yet. Not in the situation I am right now. Trying to work on that. This is normally where someone might plug their Patreon or something, but I don't want to do that. I don't feel like I have to... I want to get to a place where I'm not trying to change basic elements of my setup, such as my gain and where my mic is positioned, before I even start thinking about something like a Patreon or any form of monetization. Are you the Bai-Hu chief? That's right. What do you want? There's no door this time. Give me the white ID pass that you have. I see. No matter what you do, victory will be ours. Now it's time to learn your lesson. You just make me mad sending Rockmon out first. How dare you? Healing probably would have been worthwhile. There was an inn we passed by. Probably not want to use a supercharge just to be safe before the end of this fight, but let's see how many random evades we get. I have no idea what this opponent has. It's just... I'm pretty sure this last attack will get rid of Rockmon. Oh my god, sliver of health. Oh, well thank you for wasting your turn. Griffinmon. Well, the Griffinmon we were fighting go down into physical hits. Oh, yep. Even if that was a crit, doesn't matter. This will still take care of the rest. And yes, that was a crit. Welcome back, Rockmon. What are you gonna do? We're taking it out again. Thank you again for skipping your turn. Oh, well now that's just insulting. I grind on those. You're just feeding Paladin mode shrimp at this point. I don't like shrimp. I can't speak for Imperial Dramon. Knowing Digimon, it's just like, ooh, food. I like all food. The 3 attack sequence for Paladin mode is silly. Still trying to switch, okay. I guess we did something by putting Rockmon at that low of health that just made the AI go, here's your free win. Level 30, learn tech erase magic. What in the world is that? Genuinely have no idea. You see that? You don't mess with me. Huh? Is this... Yeah, I got the white ID pass. One left to go. Let's hurry. Bai-Hu City. Alright, now we will stop at that inn we ran past. Stay in. Do 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 do. And then we can take off again. Well, wait, where does the game want me to go? I mean, what's left is the North Sector city. But it doesn't... they didn't say anything. Okay, so yeah, we don't actually need to make another trip. We actually need to now head to North Sector so that we can take on the last city chief. And I know what path we're going to take, and we'll get a bonus card battle on our way. That way you can show off the upgrades that were made since the last episode. Cure all ailments on allies. Oh, well, that's not the worst upgrade we could get. Why didn't I use Flame Breath? Fine, Tankmon. You get a shot. And then I guess we're gonna counter kill you. Goodbye. Alright, up we go. I can't remember what I was talking about. I'm trying to remember if I was talking about much of anything, really. Here's something I haven't really said. If there's a game that you think that you'd like me to play, leave it in the comments. Whether you're listening to this now or in the far-off future, please feel free to let me know. I'm always curious for that kind of feedback. I'm fairly certain the wings are different between fighter mode and paladin mode, and if I'm correct and they are, then I just really appreciate that, because they did more work on paladin mode than they needed to. They could have made it a lot simpler, just a full reskin with the sword in hand, but they did alter elements between the two of them, and again, I appreciate that. This game has a lot of that extra detail work that I really appreciate. Notes is near the bridge. Me taking a moment to think and try and remember where the entrance I want is, while we deal with this pesky Arukenimon. I'm pretty sure, by the way, Mummymon does show up in Protocol Ruins in Amaterasu. Hey, we picked up a Charm Gas, which I'm pretty sure is a usable item that confuses an opponent, which sounds hilarious. Just popping up here to then double check them in the right spot. North Badland, West, cool. I think this is correct. So the one I'm looking for is near bridge. Well, we'll know shortly. Hopefully it's not one of those tunnels, though, with really, really high encounter rate like the one in Central Park was, because Jesus, that was miserable. Some amount of time wasted going down the wrong hole is fine. That much time wasted going down the wrong hole is awful. Alright. I think that alone actually tells me that this is the wrong spot. Please go away, Rockmon. I'm trying to do things. I definitely feel that anticipation of being close to the end, of being like, I want to get to the final boss, I want to see what it's like, I want to know what the ending is like, and I do this in basically every RPG, where I just start being like, every single one of these things is now just annoying. Not that they're inherently annoying, but they're annoying now, because now they're just in the way. Okay, yeah, that tells me I'm in the wrong place, because there should not have been a path down there in the hole I was looking for. So, we need to go back. If you find yourself emulating this game and doing this kind of thing, something to think about, that I keep thinking about after forgetting to do it, is leave a save state before you go down the hole. That way then you can load that save state and immediately get out of the hole if you find out that's the wrong place to be. The extra EXP is not for on-stream. There's the hole I'm looking for. I thought it was that hole, but I wasn't certain because I thought maybe it would have said past the bridge instead. Impact Rush. Stay down. Well, since I mentioned it at the beginning, and I don't think I've actually talked about that much, I do Ring Fit. I'm on Twitter under line_AK_space, and I post there every day I do Ring Fit. It's kind of just a general exercise log, and I post cat pictures there. I haven't been doing a lot of posting regarding the stream VODs on there yet, and that mostly comes down to a matter of I haven't been able to get to where that works on computer yet. The last episode or something along those lines is actually probably going to be one of the first ones I do. That, or I'm just going to end up picking to wait to tweet about it until I get to tweet the entire playlist all at once. We'll see. I also need to figure out... I have a lot of scheduling things, and I keep talking about them on stream, and I don't know if that's interesting or not. Hey, look, it's a Numamon. You're here, let's fight! So yes, there are Numamon, and if you beat them, you get special cards, very similar to the black Agumon you can find. The deck is called Fairies of the Sea. If you didn't watch the bonus episode, that is nothing but card battling. This might be less interesting for you, but please bear with me. I wanted to do this since we happen to be in the area. And I thought I'd show off what the upgraded version of the deck looks like, and this hand sucks out loud. Holy crap, okay. So, the deck doesn't actually play very many Digimon anymore. And the fact that we drew not just 2 Digimon, but 2 Digimon charges is hilarious in how bad it is. So let's hope that we can still get there. This fight honestly probably won't be that bad, and we're almost certainly going to be able to handle the next 2 rounds if we don't win this one, but it's still very silly that we got this bad a hand. So we don't have any more searching to do. Our opponent needs to fetch something. Let's lead out 1 Armageddon. Oh! Well, the bonuses, pretty sure that's a Mega, so they don't get the triplicate. I think. Don't honestly remember. Let's just do what we can and get 4 Angemon onto our field. That way we get their benefit of an extra 80/80. Am I wrong and they have a Mega? Nope, okay. That was it. Underwhelming. I expected some kind of trickery or shenanigans. Although what they likely had was a freeze bug, and the enemy won't freeze bug something like a summon Angemon. Oh, now this is the kind of hand that I expect from the current build of this deck. And let's see if they have freeze bugs going on. Yes, they do. So freeze bug cancels something. So they want to keep me from taking something out of their hand. Well, let me freeze bug their freeze bug and then also get into their hand. And just mess up a lot of things, honestly. Oh god, okay. Well, that's hard to pick. Well, Marine Angemon is basically this one's trump card, so I guess we take that away. But I don't feel safe with the cards they have in their hand, and we don't really have a way to win right now, so we're gonna just grab a charge terminal, which draws us 2 cards. Knowing that they have another freeze bug in hand means that the safest thing is to find another freeze bug and vicious hacking combination, kind of. Because the next thing that we do that's really strong, they're just going to try and interrupt. We have 4 of our find anything cards, so we're just going to draw some more cards, I guess. This is what makes me nervous about doing too much card battling on stream, and why the last stream was basically me just chewing on my own arm, is because things take a little while between the searching and the drawing. It's satisfying for everything to come together, in my opinion at least, but I can see why people might not like it. I saw though that this was on the map on the way, and I figured, hey, that looks like fun. That looks like something I can do for silliness. Right, that gives us a Digimon play. That also gives us our own freeze bug. So we can now Ecoli cycle. I'm actually gonna Ecoli cycle another charge terminal back, because we have 3 vicious hackings left in our deck. We are more likely than not going to find one of them or something else to get it. There's vicious hacking and there's another Ecoli cycle. So now we'll hacking, they'll freeze bug, we'll counter the freeze bug. Then I'll take away the charge terminal in their hands. Scramble Up puts something from their hand into play. Oh no, I want the program charge gone. Yeah, I got the Eco cycle, so I'll just do that, get back a Vicious Hacking, take the charge terminal out of their hands, and then we'll just win with Sukuyamon. This is what I've meant when I talked about how the Uber deck I tend to build is just blue-black control. We just don't let them have nice things, and say no constantly. And play a very small amount of very powerful Digimon. And win that way. Yay! And that's card battles, for those of you who did not watch the 2 hours of me doing it. Lost. Marine Angemon is proof you beat Numamon! So that's him saying that we obtained a Marine Angemon of our own. Marine Angemon starts at 10 and then gets 10 more for every card in your hand. So if you can have 8 cards in your hand, then it's a 90-90. More likely than not, the way that you want to make a Marine Angemon work is to use a Desire Access. Desire Access dubs your entire hand and then lets you draw 6 new ones. So if you have a Marine Angemon out, you play a bunch of your other stuff to disrupt them, and then you Desire Access into a new hand, and now you have a 70-70 on board. I don't honestly think it's that good of a Mega, considering that you have to get elements like that to line up, but it's a fun little neat card, so what you gonna do? Level 35. We're getting close to where everything will be level 40. Okay, just reminding myself the path we need to take. We're just gonna hug the left up continuously every single time. Eomon, help me check. This tunnel is only connected to Amaterasu server. If you go north, you'll get to North Sector. Cool. Thank you, Eomon. This is actually the same tunnel that takes us to Amaterasu Plug Cape that we've been to a whole bunch. And this is actually just the same path that we've taken before to get to Amaterasu Boot Mountain. So, this is just such a handy path. Very happy it exists. Right, we need to take the right here because the left is a dead end. The right is also a dead end, so we just take this here. And we're almost there. And then we'll be back in North Sector in Amaterasu. There are things that I'm basically not going to end up showing off. The optional bosses in Amaterasu are one of them. It's one of those things where I don't think they add enough that I want to add them to the series. They're fun to do and something I recommend you would do on your own time if you were playing the game yourself. But as far as what I want to put out there in stream content, it's just not part of what I want to put in. I don't want to take another 15 to 30 minutes per dungeon to go take care of that. Especially not here where, again, we're very close to the end, and I would like to get to share that with everybody. And I'm kind of excited to move on. This has been a good time, but I want to do something new. That might be one of the problems with playing games that you know really, really well on stream, is just the fact that eventually you're like, I want to do something new. I want a new experience. It also, though, isn't helped by the fact that I am currently in that streamer mode where I haven't learned to balance what to play on stream and what not to. or more specifically, how to play games off stream at all. I have definitely been just doing personal oldie favorites of mine that turn my brain off so I can just veg out whenever I'm not on stream. And I don't necessarily need to be doing that. I think the fact that I'm spending 8 to 10 hours a week just being very mindful playing video games when I'm actually used to not doing that at all, I think it's just kind of skewed how I view all video games right now. I'm also trying to teach myself to relax and watch more anime. That's part of why I brought up Komi Can't Communicate, is because I've been rewatching that recently. Also started rewatching Erased recently. God, Erased is good. If you have not seen it yet and you're at all into mystery shows, Erased is absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, it's kind of insane just how good Erased is. Where is the path? There we go. I was like, how do I... We did this before. I know there's a path that just takes us up. Where is it? Battlegate. We return to the Battlegate. You're the one interfering with the AOA. Go see the chief now. He wants to battle with you one-on-one. Well, if he wants to make that mistake, because the others all seem to, like, stop existing after I fight them. I really hope that this isn't some weird he wants to die for the sins he's committed as a member of the AOA, because I'm not comfortable here being here for the assisted suicide, mate. Live up to your own mistakes. Before I forget to, we're gonna hit this Piximon. So we're gonna do two things. One is we're gonna get Imperialdramon into our Digimon type, and we're gonna get rid of Fighter mode. That way we can have access to Mega Heal. Oh, I'm actually also going to change what tech I'm loading. I'm gonna get rid of Mechanical Bash, put on Snowstorm, there we go. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the other two. We'll get to this in a bit, but there's a very specific reason I want these two tagging along right now. And it's not for this fight. No, it's not going to come up for a bit, honestly. But because this is the more difficult version of Digimon 2003, I don't want to walk into a situation that might exist without being on the safe side. So we're going to have them tagging along just for the sake of some safety. We should not have to see them get used, but safe than sorry is always my policy. We've been over that many times this playthrough. How am I always so blind to ladders? Thank you. So we went up this way to fight North Sector leader in Asuka server, and now it's time for Zhuan Wu Chief. So you've reached here. I should have known from the defeat of the others. Zhuan Wu Chief, you have the Black ID pass. Yes, I do. Do you want it? Then fight with me, and take it from my hand. You betcha, I'm going to do just that. Hi, Boltmon. We know from experience that you take physical hits like a champ, so let's just give a Flame Breath a try. See how you like a fire attack. Holy crap. Oh my god, no. That's... Whew. Okay. Yay, counter damage. Wow, that dealt nothing. Let's see if Soulstorm works better. What are you not brutally resistant to? Soulstorm seems to have certainly worked better than the fire did, but looks like I should have just been using physicals. Wow. Hi, Skull Mammothmon. We know that you're an ice character, an ice Digimon, so we can go ahead and Use some fire on you, hopefully clear you out pretty quick. A counter crest continuing to be the most valuable accessory in the game. One of the most important things you can possibly get. And, okay, this is also resisting the fire damage pretty well. But we'll just do double slashing on our turn and I'll take care of this. And as we've seen in the past, that high speed we have also means high evade chance, so nothing to get stressed about. What's our ace? Oh hell! Hi Puppetmon! Did not expect to see Puppetmon today. I'm here for it. I like a Puppetmon. Puppetmon, you definitely should burn. There we go. You see, that's the kind of thing I expected to have happen with the Skull Mammothmon, but we'll take it. Again, Puppetmon's end is just Melgarurumon doing a fire breath attack on it and just going to ash. Yeah, I won against Juan Wu Chief. And I've got the Black ID pass as well. So all that's left is Amaterasu City. Let's go! Okay, were they spelling the name wrong with him? Was it Juan with him or not? I'm not sure. Okay, so we could just take the hole back that we came from. It doesn't look like there's a circuit board map that's not a bit of a headache to get to at the very least, so we'll just go back the way that we came and take that hole to Plug Cape. Then from Plug Cape, we'll head right to Amaterasu City. Man, this is going fast enough. I think we are just one stream for this. Finale's gonna run a little long, but considering the little breaks I have to keep taking to check things like the map, I think honestly... yeah, if I try calling the episode now, it's gonna be too short, and based on what I remember of the finale, I think the finale, based on what I remember of Amaterasu City, I think that's going to be too short. So, looks like we're just in for a long episode, pushing to the end. Mercifully, this is not one of those times where I sat down having to record more than one episode in order to have uploads ready. So, I'm not sitting here in a situation of, oh good, I might be doing this for 3 hours if my timing's off. Why do I do this every single time? It's over here, Chris. If this does end up being a 3-hour recording, then oof. But, oh well. That's the kind of thing that I'm just trying not to let myself get stressed about, and if I'm being realistic with myself, it's just the kind of thing that's gonna happen from time to time. There's... gauging the length of episodes for streams is just always going to be one of those difficult things, especially when it comes to trying to go into content and rather not to separate things. I'm not going to be surprised that happens a fair bit playing something like Fire Emblem. Just because I have talked about it several times, if Fire Emblem ends up being something I don't play a lot of, honestly it might just be that I don't enjoy playing it on stream. I'm deeply worried about things like the socialization mechanics just taking so much time that I feel like I'm never making any progress. And I get kind of stressed about that when I'm on stream. Okay. Reminding myself of our directions. Not making progress on stream is not something I've learned to be comfortable with yet. If I had to spend an entire episode just backtracking or retracing steps, I'd probably be pretty upset with myself in the end. That would probably be an episode that would end up going along just for the sake of making sure that that's not what it just ended up being. I have got no confidence right now as far as where to go on these maps. Probably because I've gone down the wrong hole twice. That certainly doesn't help. Hello, Dramogamon. We know that you died of fire, so eat fire. One thing I am kind of bummed about is that because I didn't end up doing more grinding... Yes, that's right, I'm sad I didn't do more grinding. Because I didn't do more grinding, though, we're not going to see the signature techs for Paladin mode or for Omni mode. And I think that's just kind of a bummer. It's something It was something that I had spent most of this series assuming I was just going to get to. And not getting to it just feels a little bit weird. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of assumed I was gonna do so much off-screen grinding after that first session of it that I was just going to have all 3 of the final Digivolutions at level 99. It speaks to just how much work that takes, because my total playtime has ended up being over 40 hours. When you consider that the episodes have ranged from an hour to an hour and a half for the most part, I've done well over 20 hours of just off-screen grinding. No real progress made, just doing battles to pass the time and get some levels up. And again, this is something that used to happen, but good RPGs you don't really need to grind in. Now, we've been over it before, I've done way more grinding than you need to in this game. I am not something to do a measurement by. The number also would have been way higher, though, if I had been trying to run 3 Digimon instead of the 1. So you get into a lot of, well, what does this actually look like situations. That kind of thing has been on my head a lot recently because we are going to be... I'm going to have a last lesson to record. And how to try and talk about something in context is difficult. Because do I try and talk about this as if it was a game compared to the standards of today? Or do I try to talk about it as you want to go back and play something retro? It's a hard debate, and also comes down in no small part to, okay, we're going into Amaterasu City. It comes down in no small part to whether or not older games are worth something just by being old. Hey Junior, wait a sec. Teddy, you came over here? Yeah, I came with Lisa and the others. Hey Junior, can you wait a moment before you go in? Lisa is bringing everyone from the Resistance. Then what about the AOA? They've been routed by the Resistance. Once we get the 4 cities, we only have Amaterasu City left. I see, so now... Yeah, it's our final battle. We're going to defeat the AOA! Yeah, right on! If we fight together, the AOA is nothing. No, I just talked about each of these 2 episodes maybe being too short. I'm actually going to call this one here. The way I see it is, worst case scenario, I have the next episode be shorter, and this episode also be shorter, but the people who just want to see the finale, just want to see the final battles, they don't have to see the prep work we just did. That prep work's important, and I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I want to leave the finale as this bigger spectacle, I guess. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, thanks so much. Look forward to next episode. No matter what, though, thank you so much for watching. Have the best day that you possibly can, and take care.